NPCs in video games have always been the biggest lie. They smile at you, they walk past you, they pretend to live, but the second you look away, they freeze. They're not alive. They never were. They're just very expensive wallpaper. GTA 6 is about to end that lie permanently. What Rockstar is building isn't an upgrade to the NPC system. It's a complete destruction of everything we accepted as normal. We're talking about characters that remember your face, that record you on their phones, that talk about you when you're gone, that report you to the police before the police even know a crime happened. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds like hype. I thought the same thing. Until I went through the patents, the leaked documents, the voice session files, the developer filings, and what I found genuinely unsettled me. Because this isn't a game world that resets anymore. This is a city that watches, and it never forgets. Quantity and variety, the first sign something is different. Start with what we can see in the trailers. Pause any crowd scene, the beach, the Vice City streets, and every single person is different. Different body, different clothes, different activity. Someone's jogging, someone's arguing on the phone, someone's just sitting there people watching. In GTA 5, same face, different shirt, same walk cycle on every block. After a few hours, they stopped feeling like people and started feeling like furniture. That visual diversity isn't just cosmetic, it's the foundation. You can't build a world that feels real if everyone in it looks like a copy-paste. And this tells us Rockstar built this world to be observed, not just driven through. But what happens when that world starts observing you? Memory, the feature that changes everything. Multiple credible leaks from separate sources agree. NPCs in GTA 6 will have persistent memory. They will remember what you've done. Before you say that's impossible, go play Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar already did this in 2018 on a PS4. Town NPCs remembered your crimes, shops boarded up, people avoided you, the whole local economy shut you out until you paid your bounty. That was 7 years ago on weaker hardware. In GTA 6, the memory system goes further because the world is connected to in-game social media. We've already seen NPCs recording things on their phones in the trailer, so your actions don't just get remembered, they get shared. Someone records you. The video spreads. Suddenly people across the entire map recognize your face. Whether that works at full scale in the final game, I genuinely don't know. But the recording mechanic is confirmed on screen, and if the memory system connects to it, you're not just playing a character. You're building a reputation whether you want to or not. And that reputation lives in a city that never actually stops moving. Routines, a world that runs without you. Here's a question most games never answer. What does this city do when you're not watching? In most open worlds, nothing. The world pauses. You're the only show. GTA 6 is reportedly different. Leaked documents reference daily NPC behavior cycles that shift based on time of day. Morning patterns, afternoon behavior, nighttime completely different. The same streets used in completely different ways depending on the hour. Rockstar already did schedules in RDR2, but that was a small frontier town. Vice City is a massive modern coastal city. At that scale, even a basic version of this is a massive deal. Quiet neighborhoods at noon that transform completely at 2 a.m. Events you'll only ever see if you're in the right place at the right moment. A city that rewards you for just existing in it at different times. And all of those moments, they're filled with something most people completely overlooked in the leaks. Dialogue, 35,000 lines just for atmosphere. 35,000 lines? That's how many additional voice lines Rockstar reportedly recorded, not for story missions, not for main characters, exclusively for ambient NPCs, background people, hundreds of voice actors, just to make the city talk. If you played RDR2, you know the feeling. You overhear two strangers having a full, specific, weird conversation that has nothing to do with you, and for a second the game stops being a game and becomes a place. That's what 35,000 lines builds. NPCs reacting to each other, to events, to weather, to what neighborhood they're in. A world that speaks without needing you to be the audience. And in that world, 1,000 things are constantly happening that you didn't start. Eve ends 1,000 dynamic moments. 1,000 dynamic events. That's the reported number. GTA V had dynamic events too. You saw them twice and they became wallpaper. Same robbery, same corner, same outcome. RDR2 changed that. Rockstar filled that game with so many random encounters that people played for years and still found things they'd never seen. That's genuine density. Now drop that philosophy into a modern city with 1,000 events across different neighborhoods, different times, different triggers. That's not a world that gets old. That's a world that keeps giving. And everything happening in that world feeds directly into the system that was always GTA's weakest link. Traffic, the forgotten system that changes everything. Real talk. Traffic in GTA 5 was embarrassing. Every driver moved at the same speed. They took the same turns. They reacted identically to chaos. They were props with steering wheels. The only time they ever did anything interesting was when you hit one and they got out to yell at you. GTA 6 is reportedly changing this at a fundamental level. Rockstar has filed patents for navigation and driving behavior systems that suggest individual NPCs will have their own driving styles. Some will be cautious, some will be aggressive, some will respect traffic laws, others won't. Weather will affect behavior. Accidents will cause realistic ripple effects through traffic. In the first trailer, there's a shot of a car flipped on its side after an accident. That has never appeared in a GTA game as a natural open-world occurrence. It's always been a scripted event. If that's now just something that can happen in the open world because two NPC drivers made bad decisions, that's a completely different game. Think about how much time you spend driving in GTA. Half the game minimum. If the traffic around you is now unpredictable, reactive, alive, every drive becomes a different experience, and that world of unpredictable drivers feeds directly into the system that shapes how free you actually feel to cause chaos. Police, witnesses, cameras, and no more blind spots. The police system in GTA 6 is reportedly getting completely redesigned, and NPCs are the reason why. In GTA 5, wanted levels were almost abstract. Commit a crime, get stars, lose them by escaping a circle on the map. It was a system designed around mechanics, not logic. What's being described for GTA 6 is a system built around witnesses, NPCs who call it in, people who describe what you look like, what you were driving, what direction you went. Leaked details suggest there's even a window, like in RDR2, where witnesses are alerting before police actually arrive, giving you a brief moment to handle the situation before it escalates. Add to that a police force that reportedly tracks license plates, factors in physical descriptions, and uses genuine investigative logic, and suddenly being a criminal in Vice City isn't just a mechanic, it's a consequence system that responds to how you actually behaved. The city watches. The city remembers, and the city calls for help. Animations, the invisible layer that makes it all real. Here's the detail that never gets enough credit. Rockstar is reportedly using a procedural animation blending system for NPCs, meaning characters don't play fixed animations. They blend movements dynamically based on what's happening around them and to them. In GTA 5, NPCs walk the same way in sunshine and in a hurricane. They ran the same whether they were panicking or just late for something. In RDR2, this was already a step further. An NPC who was injured moved differently, one who was tired showed it, one who was scared of you physically reacted if you got too close for too long. GTA 6 is reportedly pushing this even further. Every NPC moves in a way that's contextual, affected by weather, by mood, by physical state, by whether they know you're watching them. This sounds invisible, and that's exactly why it matters. The magic of a believable world isn't one big thing you can point to. It's 1,000 small things you stop noticing because they just feel right. Procedural animation is one of those things. When it's gone, everything feels like a puppet show. When it's there, the city breathes. Memory, routines, dialogue, events, traffic, witnesses. Now put all of that in the same city at the same time. GTA has always had one unspoken contract. Do whatever you want and the world resets. 5 minutes later, the street is clean and it never happened. That contract is breaking. If NPCs remember you, witnesses call ahead, your face is viral, and the city runs on its own schedule, then this isn't a sandbox anymore. It's a consequence engine. A city where your choices actually have weight. That's not just a better GTA, that's a different kind of game entirely. Not everything here is confirmed. Some is leaked, some might get scaled back before launch, and yes, it all has to run on a PS5, but RDR2 ran on a PS4 with systems everyone called impossible. Rockstar's had almost a decade since then, so yeah, I choose to believe. If this got you hyped, drop a like, it helps more than you think. Share it with whoever in your group chat is already losing sleep over GTA 6. Something big is coming to this channel soon. Stay close. This is only the beginning.